Hello, it is Colette. Thank you all for joining. Let me get up my Periscope. Hi, thank you for joining. I am trying to go live on Periscope also, so just give me a second. Hey Lisa, how are you today? Let's flip this screen. All right. Hello, everyone. It is Colette, and thank you for joining. I am a transitional coach for mothers who have lost their children and are trying to find life afterwards. I thank every individual for joining and or watching the replay. I ask that you would share this with your friends or with your family members, those that you know are going through the process of a loss, grieving, the loss of a child, of a loved one, as grief is something that we all will have to endure or go through in our lifetime. So it's Thursday, and as promised, I am going live again on Thursday, the last Thursday of October, talking about grief. And although I thought that October would be the last day would be today, but we will continue our conversations in November. And actually, we will add a day, and I believe that day is Monday, to the conversations. Mondays may not be about grief or the process of grief or how to get through it, but it will be something associated with loss. Okay, hopefully some encouragement. I think it's going to be encouragement Mondays. So today we're talking again about grief, and our subject or our subtitle is 5 things that will help you through the process. Grief is an emotional and physical draining situation. It is important in that process to take care of yourself. And I know that that may sound foreign to most of us, especially those, if you're a person who takes care of everybody, who has children and your life revolves around them. It is difficult to figure out how to take care of you. And at some points, you may even feel guilty about it. I've been there. But we have to take care of ourselves while grieving, going through the process, no matter how long it is. Continue to try, Lisa. Continue to try. But you don't have to feel guilty about that. You don't have to feel guilty about needing to take care of yourself. And so our first item of the 5 on how to get through the process is releasing your emotions. Yeah, this is a big one for a lot of people, and especially when you're a very isolated or private individual. Releasing your emotions can be difficult for some people. And although I predominantly deal with women who have lost their children, I do know that when it comes to fathers who have lost their children or men who have lost loved ones, it is a bit more difficult for them to deal with releasing their emotions because of their makeup. But after the loss, you can feel as if you're missing a part of you. I know for myself that is true, and many of the mothers that I talk with along the road of this journey have felt they are missing a part of them when they lose a child. You can feel that also with a spouse. You can feel that also with a mother, a father, a cousin, a friend. It just depends on the relationship and the depth of the relationship in which you suffered the loss. You have to realize that even though you lost, you're still important. You're still significant. You still have worth. Therefore, you have to take care of yourself. You have to know that you are able to make it through this process. So when you have those emotions, you have to allow yourself to let them out, not to withhold them or think that people are going to look at you funny or different. And yes, there may be people who do, but it's not to the benefit of the individual who you share those emotions with. It is to the benefit of the release that you will receive once you do. So you need to talk about those feelings with the people around you. You can do journaling. Journaling is something that many people, especially women who have lost their children, find themselves doing, especially when they feel isolated. They use journaling to get those emotions out. And if you're not journaling, I suggest that you do. And the reason being is that it is a huge release, especially when you don't feel as if you can speak to the individuals around you. You can speak to the paper, and it gives life to the emotion that you're having. You may want to do some painting. You may even want to read books that talk about grief so that you know that you're not alone in the process. Knowing that there is someone else out there who may have written videos much like this, let you know that I am a mother who has lost a child also. So it lets you know that you're not the only individual going through that process. And it also may encourage you that there is life after your loss. But do what you can to release your feelings. Do whatever it takes to release those feelings and get them out into the open, into the atmosphere. It will, when you release it, it releases a burden. It's like a heavy weight off of your shoulders, even if it's just for the moment. And sometimes I think as a people, we want to live past right now, this second, this moment. We want to see life a year from now, tomorrow. But when you release those emotions, even if it's just for the moment, there's a burden that's lifted off of your shoulders. It's a weight. When you're grieving in silence, it weighs you down. It drains you physically and emotionally, like I said when I started the video, that it can be both of those things. Sharing decreases the isolation feeling, the alone feeling. And so when you share your emotions with individuals that you trust, individuals that maybe you don't even know, like I met Lisa online, and I thank Lisa for joining faithfully on Thursdays, but I don't know Lisa personally. But I do know this, that you don't feel as isolated when you know there's someone else sharing something that you've been through. Again, it'll let you know that you're not alone. The other thing is that when you share how you feel, and I just found this out about a week and a half ago. I have a good friend, and I was sharing my grief through the whole process, never even really thinking about how it may have affected her about the loss of my son, because we went to school together while having our first children. And I never thought about how it would make her feel. I only was involved in how I felt as a mother who has lost a child. And so just about a week ago, and it's been almost 5 years, December will make 5 years that my son Michael has been gone. A week and a half ago, she said to me, I'm going to tell you why I was such and such way. She was a little secluded at times, and I didn't understand. A few times it made me angry, but we had such a friendship that I didn't understand what she was going through. But when I released my emotions to her, she in turn told me about a week and a half ago that it was difficult for her to release her emotions to me because she couldn't help me. As a friend, she couldn't help me. And so I want to say that when you release your emotions while you're grieving, it may very well help the individual that you're associated with or that is hearing what you're saying. They may not be able to express it immediately, but at some point it will allow them to tell you how they feel about your loss. And because people grieve with you, they just are not sure how to talk about that, knowing that you're hurting. So let's talk about number 2, exercising. This is a subject that, man, I know that for some, I don't necessarily want to think about while grieving. But there's a couple of things that benefit you through exercise. Let it be short walks, let it be yoga, let it be a class, let it be taking the stairs instead of the elevator. There are a few things that exercise does for you. What it does is it helps your brain to think clearly. So look, when you're grieving, your brain is in a fog. It's very foggy. Sometimes your thoughts are not clear. You can't figure out A to B, C to D. It can get foggy. But when you exercise, it helps you to think clearly. It also stabilizes your feelings. I think that when I do exercise, I'm a little more tired, but not sleepy tired, but relaxed afterwards. It allows you to also improve your health overall. When we grieve, we go through some things. Some people eat more than they should. Some people don't eat enough. And so there's a healthy balance when you add exercise along with good eating habits. It is not the thing that I think that is in the forefront of your mind, but it is very helpful in the grief process. And so if you haven't implemented a regimen, it is time to start thinking about one. At least adding something to your schedule that will help you in the process of grieving. If it's not, but like I said, short walks, doing the stairs instead of the elevator, doing 5 minutes of stretching in the morning. Also, there are certain exercises that help you even more than others. Yoga helps you to gain energy. So if you're feeling very low in energy, get you a yoga class, or hey, go to YouTube. I've been doing that lately. Go to YouTube and find you a 5-minute yoga session. It can help in the process of helping you gain energy. And also like kickboxing or cardio, what that does is helps you with frustration and anger. Many people who are grieving are very angry. And so you need to find something that helps you through the process of grieving. And one of the emotions in the process of grieving is anger, hurt, feelings about what you've lost, who you've lost. Let it be a child, a friend, a loved one. I mean, these principles can go for any individual. I speak from the perspective of a mother who has lost her child. But I know that I can speak to the perspective of a sister who has lost her brother, and a individual who has lost people that she loved along the journey of life. So our number 2 was exercising. Our number 1 is releasing your emotions. Our third point of today is supportive friends. And I alluded earlier to a friend of mine. You do need to have supportive friends. Don't make the mistake. Do not make the mistake of thinking that you have to grieve alone, because you don't. Okay? Don't make that mistake. You don't have to grieve alone. Reach out to your family and your friends, your neighbors, the people that you trust. And I do realize that there are situations where you may not have family that you can trust. You may not have friends that you can trust because the process has eliminated some of those. Find you support groups. Reach out to individuals that you may meet online. I coach Reach out to coaches, reach out to your clergy, individuals that you know that support the process of what you're going through. This does not have to be done alone, and supportive friends are a must. Most of the time, friends want to help you in some kind of manner. They say things like, let me know if there's something I can do to help you. But what we do as individuals who are suffering from grief is that we close those people off, and we don't necessarily want to bother them, or we feel as if it's been too long. I've been grieving for a year. I've been grieving for 2 years, and nobody wants to hear what I have to say. But this is the thing. If an individual hasn't suffered the type of loss that you have, they may not understand, but it doesn't mean that they're not available. Those are misconceptions oftentimes thought of by people, us, who are feeling our emotions and are now thinking for other people who may want to help. So just take in consideration that you need to have supportive friends. You can call them and say, hey, let's go to lunch, let's do dinner. There's this favorite show coming on Friday, and I'm just wondering if you can come by and we can have popcorn and watch it. You know what, I'm not having a good week or a good month. Can you call me twice a week, just to check on me? Things like that. People ask, what can I do for you? And we in turn say, I'm okay. And if I could just be very frank, that's a lie. That is a lie. We're not always okay. There are rough seasons that come, they go, and they come back again. And it's okay. For instance, December the 8th is the day that my son died. So I'm coming up on an anniversary. Thanksgiving was the last time I saw him. So I'm coming up on another anniversary. And what I'd like to share is that everyone around me that's close to me knows what season is coming. And although I continue to move forward, my body shuts down. My body shuts down. It's like an automatic timer. It is that time of the season. Whether my mind is focused on it or not, my body says it is that time. So I'm going to call some friends. My friends call me. Hey, what you doing? How you doing? Thinking about your text, inbox, whatever the case may be. So I want you to know that you gotta have supportive friends. Don't shut off the people who are there to help you through the process, even if it's just a high. No expectations, just a high. It is very normal to have spaces of time where you want to be alone. I think that's part of the process. It's part of the grief process that you don't want to be bothered. When I come up on my anniversaries, as much as my supportive friends reach out to me, I don't always want to be bothered. So I may miss a few phone calls. And in that process, they understand. But human contact is important. You have to have a healthy balance of people who are supportive and they hang out with you, and another healthy balance of I need to be alone. So make sure that you're balancing that out. That is a part of the process, and it will help you in the process, okay? Lisa says, my son's second birthday without him in 3 days. Happy birthday to your son, Lisa, and I understand how that is. This is going to be a time where you're going to need some people, and you might need a little alone time. But I want to tell you that you can make it through the second birthday without your son. Yes, you can make it through. I am so sorry for your loss, Lisa. I know what those anniversaries feel like. Yeah. Just make sure you have a healthy balance, Lisa. Make sure you have a healthy balance of friends and the time that you want to be by yourself. Celebrate. That is, I'm going to skip one just because of your comment, and I'll go back to it. Our number 5 was, or is now our number 4 because of Lisa's comment, and that is celebrate the life of your loved one. Celebrate the life of your son, Lisa. Celebrate his life. Do something that he liked to do. When we celebrate the life of our children, and or the loved one that you have, but focusing on our children, do something that he would have wanted to do, or that he would do. We got to use birthdays and different anniversary days as places where we celebrate them. Yes, we can stay in a constant sorrow space. We can stay in a constant grief space, and it's not to say that you can't, but, at the end of the day, yes, we're having a celebration of life. Oh, that is wonderful. Those are the things that you have to do. Now, those things right there, those things make me tear up, because it is fun to celebrate their life, because this is the deal. That's what they would have wanted. They would have wanted it. Lisa, you're making me cry today. They would have wanted it. And this is the other part. I think about if, in fact, I was gone. This is so off subject, but I think it's a valid point. I think about if I had left my children and my life ended and they were here, I would want them to celebrate my life. I would want them to have good times. No, you're okay, Lisa. You're okay. I think this comes with the process. It's okay that individuals see me tear up. That's fine. I'm not afraid to cry. Tears bring cleansing and joy. I would want my children to celebrate my life and remember what Ma did and how she did it, and have fun and do the things that I would have been doing on that day, laughing and smiling and enjoying life. So I'm saying our number 4, which was our number 5, is this: celebrate the life of your loved one, of your child. Plant a tree. Do something they would want to do or wanted to do or plan to do at a certain age, conversations that you've had, do memory boxes, give away gifts on their behalf. I have a young lady, one of the mothers who goes through a difficult time when her mother anniversary comes around, and she said, I used to pack up a box 2 or 3 months, and I would put stuff in this box 2 or 3 months prior to her birthday. I would start collecting stuff in the store, and I would take it home to Mother. And I told her, I said, okay, so you should still be packing a box even though Mother isn't here, because your mother was a giver. And so you could pack the box with everything that your mother loved and give it away, because that would be in honor of her. And that is how, another way, we celebrate the life of the person who is gone. And I want to say a side note that sometimes people feel as if you're not letting go because of that. And that is so to the contrary of what that process can do for you. That process makes you smile. That process makes you remember the love that that individual that you lost had, or that you have for them. So, celebrate. Celebrate till your shoes come off. Celebrate till your cheeks hurt so much from laughing, which is our number 4. Our number 4 in the process of grieving is laughing. Now, I remember the first time I laughed after my son died. I felt so guilty. I mean, literally guilty about laughing. I thought I lost and I'm laughing. How could I laugh? How could I laugh? My son can't laugh. How could I dare laugh? And at some point during, not necessarily that laugh, but along the way, hey Shawante, thank you for joining. Along the way, I remember thinking, it's got to be all right to laugh. This is what he did. Why would I not laugh? Laughing may be foreign to most people who have lost a loved one. Laughing or smiling may be something that is very foreign, and it makes you feel guilty. Thank you, Shawante. You're beautiful too. Laughing may make you feel guilty in your loss. But look, grief is not something that you have to do all day, every day of your life. You don't have to do it. It's not made to do all day, every day of your life. So at some point you got to allow yourself to laugh. Even if it's just at the memory of your child. Even if it's at something you know they did that was very silly. Yes, dancing. Yes. See, there are things that they have done, that they have left a memory in our minds, a footprint that will always make you laugh. And thus laughing is not something that is forbidden because you lost. Laughing is something that allows you to be free. A good laugh is truly medicine. It really is. It can make a horrible day turn around to level out to be a decent day. Find a reason to laugh in the process of grief. Not laugh at the situation, but laugh at the things that you know that they left a memory that doesn't cause you to do anything but laugh. And sometimes I've laughed until I cried, thinking about how funny Michael was and the things that he would do that would have all of my children laughing. There are things that just you can't forget. I want to celebrate his life. Yes, celebrate his life and not the loss. Lisa says, life, not his parting. I agree, Lisa. I agree. It is not always an easy situation to do, but if you practice, it will make it more doable, more enduring, and actually it will start to become a part of your life, celebrating the life of a loved one. So, those are the 5 topics for today. I will reread them for you. Our number 1 is releasing your emotions. You have to do that. You have to find an outlet that works for you. Let that be a friend, journaling, conversation, support group, whatever it is that works for you. Exercising along the way allows your mind to think even more clearly. It allows you to get away frustration and anger. Find some supportive friends. I have supportive friends. I am supporting the individuals on the page that are currently followers of me. There will eventually be a support group. Let's take the journey together. That will be a supportive friend community. So you can have supportive individuals. Let the people support you who are there to help you. Stop shunning them, because we do that well. That's going to bother them. We worry too much about what it is that individuals may feel like versus allowing them to tell us what they can and cannot do. We got to make sure that we utilize those people who say, let me know if you need anything. Take them up on those offers. Laughing along this journey will be good medicine for your soul, your healing, and your remembrance of the good things of life. And last but not least, which became our 4, is celebrating the life. Lisa, I'd like for you to post a picture, if you would, on your your son's birthday on the page, letting us know that you're celebrating the life of Eddie. I would like to celebrate him on that day with you, in light of it being his second birthday without him. His second birthday and you without him. So please share that with us on the Facebook page, and I would appreciate that. And I'm quite sure there's others who will celebrate with you on behalf of Eddie's life. Thank you. Thank you. I look forward to it. So that is the 5 of today of grief. And like I said, I thought that we were going to be finished in October, but I think there is more to talk about. I think there are more subjects that we can go over, and points that can be made that will help you through the process of grieving, process of loss, and some things that will encourage you on Mondays. And so beginning in November, the first Monday in November, we will call that Encouraging Monday. So I'll come back probably in the evening. That's what's going to change in November, is that I will be back in the evening. I think my timing at noon is a good time, probably more convenient for me than others, but for those mothers who are still mothering children, they're freer in the evening. So we'll have evening sessions, probably 6:30 Central Standard Time. I thank you for joining today, all of the live viewers and all of the replay viewers. I do hope that something has been said that will encourage you on this journey of your loss. Please share this video with the individuals in your life who you know have lost a loved one, who may be grieving, who may not even be able to express how they feel, and something prayerfully will have been said to help them through that process. I am Colette, Transitional Life Coach for mothers who have lost their children, and you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at Colette the Coach, and it's ColetteDacoach. And thank you again for your time. Everybody have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Shawante. Love you all.